So, the children are the future. And sadly, a lot of the children are like myself when I was a child, and that is isolated, unhappy, and turning to various things when they get home to even further isolate themselves and using them as an escape from all the problems that they have in their life that they're not able to deal with because they're just children. Even me, as a full grown adult with a fully matured brain, struggle with a lot of these things. So it's no wonder that a child can't help themselves and does whatever they can to ease their pain, which a lot of times is going to be diving into the internet and scrolling through the shorts or the full length videos or video games, especially for boys, but there's girls that do it too. And I think it's important to realize that, the social media, the shorts, whatever else there is, TikToks, they're not bad in and of themselves. And I think it's perfectly possible to have a healthy relationship with them. If you have a happy life, you enjoy your life, but every once in a while when you're bored, you like to whip your phone out and scroll through them a little bit. Or, uh, when you have some free time, you just hop on the Xbox and, kill some time. Or, I mean, you could be happy with your life and dedicate it to video games. That's perfectly plausible. And a lot of people do that. But there's a lot of people who are more like myself, where they're using these things to escape because they're not happy with themselves. They don't like school. They don't like being around people. And maybe they don't even like being around their friends. I had some friends growing up, but I almost used them for video games. I would go over to my friend's house like in fifth or sixth grade, and I almost wanted to go over there more to play on his Xbox, play Halo, than I did to just hang out with him, because that's how far into the games and things I was. So my heart really does go out to those kids that are in that situation. Um, and I read some comments from parents with kids who they see that in, and want to help them. But it is very difficult, and if a kid's gotten to that point, it is a sign of a lot of underlying emotional pain that they're in. And a lot of times with kids, they don't even really want to help themselves. They don't recognize it as a problem. They just want to not go to school, and they just want to play their game, or they just want to stay on the computer or do whatever it is that they want to do to avoid school or being around other people. So eventually, eventually you do get to the point where it's like, okay, I need to start working on this and trying to figure it out. Especially once, if you want to be independent and you don't want to be a burden on other people, then you have to go into the workforce. And so then you start to think, well, why is this so hard for me? Why do I not like this so much? And then you start to see all the things that you're doing in your free time that's really starting to feel like an escape. Um, you also feel it really strongly when you have lots of free time, like if you're unemployed, um, or say you have a kid who's 19 years old and they are still living at home. I mean, eventually that person is gonna start to feel like, damn, I'm messed up. Like I gotta do something. And so that's when, and they're starting to fully mature in the brain and everything. So that's when that journey of trying to help yourself can start. So it's a yeah, it's a difficult problem. I watched 60 Minutes Australia on Fortnite, and all the kids addicted to the Fortnite. And they kind of portray it as like Fortnite is the problem, or Fortnite's this terrible thing. And it is very powerful, a very powerfully addictive video game. But the kids that have a real problem with it are the ones that have a lot of those underlying problems. There's lots of kids who can just play a little Fortnite and then go out and play with their friends, or get home and play a little after they do their homework, and that's fine. But you also have the ones like myself who that's not enough, and we just want to go into it and not leave, and we hate going to school and stuff like that. And yeah, those are the ones that need help. So hopefully hopefully they can get help. Um, Otherwise they'll just end up like me, and they'll have to figure it out on their own.